Welcome to Jim Rohn's YouTube channel. Are you feeling heartbroken and lost after a breakup? You don't know what to do next and whether you can win back your lover? In this video, I will reveal the secrets of psychology behind breaking up and how fearful people often avoid facing it. More importantly, I will share proven strategies so you can overcome this difficult period and increase your chances of mending the relationship. You will be revealed why avoiding breakup only makes things worse. Signs that you are going in the wrong direction after a breakup. Effective steps to regain confidence and attract your lover. If you are desperate and want to find happiness and love again, don't miss this video. Join me to discover the secrets to overcoming a breakup and building a stronger relationship. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss the next valuable videos from Jim Rohn. Please share this video with your friends who need help. Thank you for your continued support. When someone who is avoidant fearful dreads experiencing a breakup, their first reaction is often to withdraw. They appear cold, distant, almost emotionless, as if they just won the freedom jackpot. But in reality, they are not having a party. This is their familiar defense mechanism, shutting down emotions to avoid facing pain. It's like when you accidentally swipe your card too much. It's best to temporarily avoid bank messages. So what really happens inside them? Avoidant, fearful people have a double fear. They fear intimacy, but also fear being abandoned. That's right. They want to love and are afraid of pain. It's like watching a horror movie but still peeking. When a relationship becomes too close or stressful, they feel overwhelmed and need to retreat. After a breakup, they don't cry immediately like in romantic movies. Instead, they temporarily freeze their emotions, like, I'm fine. But then a few months later, when they open the old playlist, they realize they are not fine at all. However, as time passes, emotions begin to rush back like a plot twist. If they feel unfairly treated, such as being cheated on or abandoned in an inexplicable way, they tend to withdraw even more strongly, even becoming emotionally numb. They may continue their lives as usual, but inside it's like a browser tab with too many windows open, just waiting to freeze. Both types of avoidance tend to suppress emotions, but for the avoidant fearful, this process lasts longer. They try to forget the pain by burying themselves in work, playing games for hours on end, or watching an old movie they've memorized over and over again. About 3 to 4 weeks later, the suppressed emotions gradually resurface and they begin to really process what happened, but instead of facing it directly, they tend to return to old unhealthy habits, maybe staying up all night, eating uncontrollably, or even avoiding even the closest people. And this is when the avoidant fearful can slip into a dangerous zone. Imagine someone who quit drinking for many years, living healthy, but then a strong enough breakup can make them return to old habits. 1 week, 2 weeks, even 3 weeks later, they may drink a little more, then a little more, not to the point of partying and forgetting the days, but enough to create a feeling of temporary numbness. They can stay up all night to watch Netflix, eat uncontrollably, or turn to other negative ways of releasing. Not everyone falls into this spiral, but if they have never faced and processed real emotions, this is a reaction that I see a lot in avoided, fearful people. The avoidant, fearful person is like having two selves inside them. One part feels everything deeply, and the other part wants to eliminate all emotions. This creates no small internal conflict. One side screams, "Feel it," while the other shouts, "No, don't be weak." While someone with an anxious attachment style will cry, call their best friend, talk about the old story over and over again like an endless loop. The avoidant, fearful person can swing between two extremes. Today they bury themselves in work. Tomorrow they find ways to forget everything with temporary pleasures. Some avoidant, fearful people even try to find a new relationship immediately to fill the gap, but ironically, they are the least successful group in these rebound relationships. Why? Because they haven't really processed old emotions. They enter a new relationship with an unprepared psychology. At first, things may seem okay, but only a month or two later, the doused emotions explode and they fall into the old loop again. People with an avoidant, fearful attachment style often have a familiar trick after breaking up, jumping right into a new relationship or seeking quick comfort. But guess what? They are usually not very successful at this. Why? Because they haven't really processed their emotions. They are like a phone that is running out of battery but has not been charged, trying to operate but will soon run out of power. Sometimes, their new relationship can last a month, 2 months, but then, boom, it collapses. If you are in a relationship with an avoidant, fearful person who has just broken up with someone, you may want to gossip with them a bit. Ask questions like, hey, are you really ready to commit or just looking for a backup charger? Are you sure you're not just running away from emotions? Or do you just want to try love for fun and disappear like a ninja? If you are their ex and worried that they have run away and loved someone else immediately, stay calm. Most of these rebound relationships do not last long. Instead of panicking, give them a few weeks to realize the reality themselves. 2 to 3 weeks is usually enough for them to realize whether they really want to continue with the new person or not, or just trying to escape from their feelings. But this is the most important point. Is the relationship healthy or not? If both of you do not improve together, change, communicate, and take responsibility for each other, then you may be entering an endless loop. As Einstein once said, and perhaps he also had a headache because of these love affairs, you cannot solve a problem at the same level of thinking that created it. Simply put, if you keep doing the same thing, the results will be the same. But here's the interesting thing. Before breaking up, avoidant, fearful people often have a rather amusing way of clearing the way. They will start talking lightly about their partner's shortcomings, like, "Comes a bit too gossipy, huh? He really needs to learn how to text less abruptly. I'm not sure I like them that much." They do this not because they hate the other person, but to convince themselves that if they break up, it's okay. But then when they really break up, it's okay. They feel more hurt than they imagined. Why? Because they have a full combo of both anxiety and avoidance. So their psychology is sometimes like a minefield full of emotions. Just a light touch and boom. Sometimes after a breakup, the avoidant, fearful person will fall into a state like, "Oh my God, I knew it. I can't believe in love. I'm just suitable to live alone." And so they sink themselves into a series of negative thoughts, turning every failure in love into solid evidence proving that they can never have a happy relationship. But hey, if you belong to this group, stop for a moment. Don't let your brain reprogram itself in a negative direction, because if you know for sure that one day you will still want to love someone, then denying the value of relationships only makes it harder for yourself. Instead of drowning in feelings of pain and self-blame, try asking yourself some brain-hacking but useful questions. Where did I go wrong? What really made the relationship not work? Where did I not express my needs? What did the other person lack? And next time, what will I do differently to not repeat this mistake? Looking in this direction, you will see that each relationship is not a failure, but a lesson to help you upgrade yourself. We need to learn from what has passed, not use it as a stick to beat ourselves every day. But whatever you say, the avoidant, fearful person has a very interesting characteristic. Sometimes they really want their ex back, but if they feel betrayed or hurt in any way, they will lock their hearts tighter than a bank vault. This is why in some cases, if you are trying to win back an avoidant, fearful ex, you need to have a strategy. With men, sometimes they are a bit more flexible and may give you another chance if you approach it correctly. But avoidant, fearful women, if they feel betrayed, they can freeze their hearts in an extremely cold way, like, "Oh, you want to come back? Good luck." And then you immediately receive a ticket straight to the friend zone, or worse, to the list of people I used to know but will never be mentioned again. So if you intend to go back to an avoidant, fearful person, first make sure that this relationship is really worth trying again, not just because you are lonely or regretful in a moment of weakness. Directly how to win back an avoidant, fearful person without turning yourself into a love beggar. First, they need depth. Never just say things like, "I miss you so much," or "Let's try again." They don't care about superficial words. They want to feel sincerity from you. If you really want to come back, send a letter or have a deep conversation where you clearly show what you have learned from the old relationship and why you really appreciate them. They also need their feelings to be acknowledged. If they once felt you didn't care enough, then this time you need to make it clear that you care. And more importantly, you will prove it with actions. They won't come back just because you apologize. They want to see you really understand the problem and want to change. They want to see that the problems in the old relationship can be solved. If they think things will go back to the old rut, they will never come back. So don't just say, "I will change," but show exactly how you will change. For example, if you weren't good at expressing emotions before, explain how you will improve it. Like, "I've learned that you need more sharing, and I'm really working on myself to become a better communicator." They need a reason to believe that this time will be different. But here's the most important thing. If you don't really want to change, don't try to win them back just because you hate the feeling of being abandoned. If you come back without change, you will only hurt both of you again. And trust me, this loop is not fun at all. It's like watching an old movie that you know the ending well, but still hoping that this time the main character will make a different decision. The bad news is they won't unless the script is rewritten, and the script in real life is how you act differently. So if you really want to go back to an avoidant, fearful person, make sure that you not only want to win, but you really want a better, deeper, and healthier relationship. If not, then it's best to let the past sleep, because without change, it will only be a recurring dream with an ending that never changes. So don't turn yourself into a love experiment by applying the strategy mechanically. Make sure that you really want this for yourself, not just because you are afraid of the feeling of losing someone. Avoidant, fearful people like sincere gestures, but if you appear too romantic, they will feel overwhelmed and activate the disappear like a ninja mode. On the contrary, if you appear too careless, they will feel unappreciated and will also close their hearts immediately. In short, approaching them must be like seasoning a dish. Just enough flavorful to be delicious, but not too salty to make them scared and run away. What you need to remember is that they may test you. Even if they have a bit of wanting to come back in their hearts, they may push you away to see if you are persistent. They may say things like, "I don't think we should come back. Do you really think things can be different? Let me think about it." But don't panic as soon as you hear these sentences. Sometimes they just want to see if you are really serious or not. This is not the time to panic or rush into speed persuasion. Instead, keep your composure and respond confidently but sincerely, such as, "Hey, I'm really trying here. I've thought a lot about this and I don't want to repeat the old mistakes. I want a better relationship, not just a meaningless comeback. If you also feel there is still a chance, tell me. But if you're just trying to see how long I'll chase you, that's not fair, is it? So think about it, and if you really want to try again, just give me a signal. Maybe a text, an invitation to go for coffee, or even a funny meme is fine. I'm here, but I also won't chase if you really don't want to." Most importantly, don't beg for love. If you overdo it, like "you are my whole life, I will do anything just to have you by my side," then it's over. You will activate the ultimate level avoidance mode in them, and they will run even faster than when someone asks about marriage. Avoidant, fearful people don't want to feel trapped in a relationship where they have to bear all the emotional responsibility. Instead of making them feel pressured, show them that you are here with sincerity, but you also have your limits. In short, when you face an old relationship, you need to maintain a balance between showing sincere concern and protecting your own self-respect. Don't let yourself fall into a situation where you have to chase others too much, because that will only make you feel worthless and ultimately only hurt yourself. But on the other hand, don't be so indifferent that people feel you don't care, because if you don't express yourself clearly, they won't know what you really want. Let them see that you are not simply trying to win back an old relationship, but you are looking for change, both with yourself and with that relationship. You don't have to be perfect, but you should show that you are willing to learn and grow from past mistakes. It's a powerful message that you are investing in yourself, not just to maintain the relationship, but also to become a better version of yourself. This is not only beneficial for you, but also brings a more sustainable and healthier relationship. If that person really cares about you, they will realize this. They will understand that you are not just someone trying to hold on to something that is past, but someone looking for a real connection. They will see that you not only want to start over, but want to build a new foundation, a relationship with respect and sincerity from both sides. Then they will understand that you deserve a more meaningful relationship, a relationship that can grow and be sustainable. However, if that person doesn't realize this, if they still can't see your change and commitment, then it may be a clear sign that this relationship is no longer a good choice for both of you. Don't let the fear of losing someone make you ignore the clear signs that this relationship no longer brings happiness or satisfaction. Sometimes rejection or not recognizing your value can be an opportunity for you to free yourself and find people who are more worthy, people who know how to appreciate the sincerity and effort you put in. Giving your sincerity to those who know how to appreciate its value will help you have a healthier emotional life, where you don't always have to chase or try to make others love you. Instead, you will only need to focus on becoming the best version of yourself, and worthy people will automatically come and accompany you on that journey. So, we have explored together an interesting journey of how to build meaningful relationships, not only with others, but also with ourselves. Remember that care and self-respect always need to be balanced. Don't fall into the trap of overcompromising, and don't let indifference prevent you from finding good relationships. You deserve sincere, respectful relationships that grow together. And if someone can't recognize your value, don't hesitate to move on, because there are many others willing to appreciate you as you deserve. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Hope today's sharing will help you have a new perspective and positive thoughts to improve relationships in your life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Wish you always happy and find peace in each of your relationships. See you in the next video.